November is coming are curious about All Souls Day, why we celebrate it. On today's video you will learn why we do have this every 11th of the month. All Souls Day, in Roman Catholicism, a day for commemoration of all the faithful departed, those baptized Christians who are believed to be in purgatory because they died with the guilt of lesser sins on their souls. It is observed on November 2nd. Roman Catholic doctrine holds that the prayers of the faithful on earth will help cleanse these souls in order to fit them for the vision of God in heaven, and the day is dedicated to prayer and remembrance. Requiem masses are commonly held, and many people visit and sometimes decorate the graves of loved ones. All Souls Day, also known as the commemoration of all the faithful departed and their Day of the Dead, is a day of prayer and remembrance for the souls of those who have died, which is observed by Latin Catholics and other Christian denominations annually on November 2nd. All Souls Day is often celebrated in Western Christianity. Saturday of Souls is a related tradition more frequently observed in Eastern Christianity. Practitioners of All Souls Day traditions often remember deceased loved ones in various ways on the day. Beliefs and practices associated with All Souls Day vary widely among Christian denominations. Is All Souls Day the same as Day of the Dead? But are they the same thing with different names? Dia de los Muertos, or Day of the Dead, is a Mexican tradition. Dia de los Muertos is celebrated from October 31st to November 2nd, and is not a sanctioned, Catholic observance. By contrast, All Souls Day is a day that Roman Catholics observe to remember dead loved ones. In the 6th century, it was customary in Benedictine monasteries to hold a commemoration of the deceased members at Whitsuntide. In the time of Saint Isidore of Seville, d. 636, who lived in what is today Spain, the Monday after Pentecost was designated to remember the deceased. At their beginning of the 9th century, Abbot Igil of Fulda set the 17th of December as commemoration of all deceased in part of what is today Germany. According to Widukind of Corvey, there also existed a ceremony praying for the dead on the 1st of October in Saxony, but it was the day after All Saints' Day that Saint Odilo of Cluny chose, when in the 11th century he instituted for all the monasteries dependent on the Abbey of Cluny an annual commemoration of all the faithful departed, to be observed with alms, prayers, and sacrifices for the relief of the suffering souls in purgatory. Odilo decreed that those requesting a mass be offered for the departed should make an offering for the poor, thus linking almsgiving with fasting and prayer for the dead. The 2nd of November date and customs spread from the Cluniac monasteries to other Benedictine monasteries and thence to the Western Church in general. The Diocese of Liege was the first diocese to adopt the practice under Bishop Notke. The 2nd of November was adopted in Italy and Rome in the 13th century. In the 15th century the Dominicans instituted a custom of each priest offering 3 masses on the Feast of All Souls. During World War I, given the great number of war dead and the many destroyed churches where Mass could no longer be said, Pope Benedict XV granted all priests the privilege of offering 3 Masses on All Souls Day, a permission that still stands. What do you do on the All Souls Day date? Visiting the departed loved ones. Offering food and flowers for the departed. Having a mini feast. Praying for the souls. What is their meaning of All Souls? Background. In the Catholic Church, the faithful refers specifically to baptized Catholics. All Souls commemorates the Church penitent of souls in purgatory, whereas All Saints commemorates the Church triumphant of saints in heaven. On this day in particular, Catholics pray for the dead. How was All Souls Day created? The tradition of designating one day to remember and pray for the souls of the departed and in purgatory was started by Odilo. He was the abbot of Cluny Abbey that is located in France. From being a local feast in his monastery, it gradually spread out to other churches until the end of the 10th century. What is the difference between Day of the Dead and All Souls' Day? But are they the same thing with different names? Dia de los Muertos, or Day of the Dead, is a Mexican tradition. Dia de los Muertos is celebrated from October 31st to November 2nd, and is not a sanctioned Catholic observance. By contrast, All Souls' Day is a day that Roman Catholics observe to remember dead loved ones. All Souls' Day, what it means and why it matters every year in the month of November. Christians would take a day or two to clean the graves of their dearly departed. Come the second day of the month, thousands of people flock to cemeteries to visit, offer flowers, and pray for their departed loved ones. This holiday is called All Souls' Day. Would you believe that in 2019, over 340,000 people visited one cemetery in Manila? Yes, that's for one cemetery alone. Imagine the road closures and terrible traffic it brought. The question is, why do people go through all that for the All Souls' Day celebration? The exact origin of the All Souls' Day celebration is unknown, but it isn't more than about 1,200 years old. In 1048 AD, St. Odilo, the abbot of Cluny, pronounced that all monasteries of the Congregation of Cluny were to annually keep November 2nd as All Souls' Day, also called Day of All Departed Ones, and was soon adopted by other Benedictines. On November 1st, the tradition began with the tolling of the bell right after Vespers and the Office of the Dead recited, and on November 2nd, priests had to say Mass for the repose of the souls in purgatory. Therefore, November 2nd All Souls' Day became the official day for the commemoration of all the faithful departed in the 14th century. The Church acknowledges the need and duty of praying for the dead, but any offering for the repose of the souls was left to the discretion of the people. The Orthodox Church celebrates All Souls' Day merely as remembrance. The Roman Catholic Church and some Protestants use the day to pray and do other indulgences to help loved ones escape purgatory and continue on to heaven. Although Martin Luther discouraged praying for the dead, many Protestant countries still use All Souls' Day to clean up grave sites. In the US and Canada, All Souls' Day has, for the most part, been overshadowed by Halloween. The Bible's teaching on All Souls' Day runs from neutral to disapproving. It is fine to remember friends and family members who have died, and allowable to keep cemeteries neat. It is useless to pray for the dead, they are either in heaven or hell, and their fate is sealed. The teaching of purgatory is unbiblical. Attempting to attract the spirits of the dead with food and gifts is incredibly dangerous. People do not become ghosts upon death, so any supernatural attention would be demonic. In general, it's probably best for Christians to ignore All Souls' Day. How to celebrate All Souls' Day? What do we do to commemorate the faithful departed on All Souls' Day? Although there is no formal service, many choose to visit or decorate the grave sites of these ordinary saints. In our family, we plan a simple dinner, set the table all in white, and add a long line of white candles. Before we eat, we lift up a prayer of thanksgiving for all those who have departed this life in the certain hope of the resurrection. For each remembrance, we light a candle. I was amazed at how quickly all the candles were lit, and we were still calling to mind good friends in the faith. While we ate, we had a sweet time of sharing favorite memories of these dear ones.